Hi all, I'm doing a quick video on variations of the AR180 and AR18 magazines, as I've seen quite a few posts on Gunbroker that aren't original magazines, but they want original magazine prices. I'll show you the variations I'm aware of. There is one other variation that's not on the original magazine, which I will add to the video at the end, but I'm going to start here with the 20s. All four of these are original 20 rounders. As you can see, they came in two finishes, paint and park. This one, which is marked AR18 Armalite, is actually blocked off to only hold 5 rounds. I have two of these. They came with a gun I got back in the 70s. There's a metal piece that goes up here, across and down, that can be removed to make it a standard 20 round, but it's blocked to 5 from the factory. This one is the same, but it's unblocked, 20 rounds. As you can see, there are no cuts on the back for AR-15 magazine slots. This one is parked, has a different floor plate. It says Armalite Inc. instead of Armalite AR-18. Again, it's original mag, not cut. And this one is original park mag that says AR-18. If I put these up, you can see the two different original factory floor plates. Coming up here, this is the ones that people fake a lot. These are all Sterlings. This is a 20, this is a 30, and this is a 40. All Sterlings say Sterling on the bottom. These are the ones you often see where they take a USA mag or some other company's mag, knock the floor plate off or leave the floor plate off and say Sterling when they're not. I bought this magazine, which is a 30 rounder, which was represented to me as a Sterling, and I thought it was for years because it's very close. There's the Armalite cut, and on the back it has the AR-15 cut without the bump, just like the Sterling does. But it doesn't have the circle, and it doesn't have quite the taper of the Sterling. On the 40s, again, the holes. This one I put a green follower in years ago, but it still says Sterling on the bottom. And another thing interesting about the 20s is, if you can see, it has a curve to it. It's almost like they took a 30 and cut it off. The Sterling magazines, this hole, which I don't know what it does, is in the exact same place on every 30 and 40. And later I'll get a aftermarket magazine that has a hole, and you'll see the hole is a different shape and in a little bit different location, and that is one way to tell if you're buying an original Sterling 40 rounder versus a USA brand mag. And so here's a really good faked one. You'll see a lot of these too, where people will take an AR-15 mag, cut the hole in it for the AR-180, cut the back down a little bit, which is required for the magazine catch on the AR-180, and paint it black and tell you, oh, it's an Armalite mag, when in reality this one was a Colt mag. The other mag that was made for the Armalite, and to be totally truthful, is mediocre at best, is the Art of Thermold's 30s. As you can see, there's no AR-15 slot. There is an AR-180 slot, but I've got maybe 7 or 8 of these, and none of them will lock the bolt open on the last shot. Also, the feed lips are just not, I don't know, well made. But as a range mag, where you're just going to go out and target shoot, works fine. So when you go to buy a mag for your Armalite, and you think you're buying a collector's mag, something like this, Demand to see pictures of both sides and then the floor plate. If you think you're buying a Sterling mag, demand to see close-up pictures of these holes. And I'll bring this right up to you where you can see. And there will be a hole on this side for the AR-15, but there will be no bump here. And of course, it'll say Sterling on the bottom. And if I bring up this Sterling, you can see as the hole is, same place. One of the things about these mags, as they came from the factory, had black plastic followers. This one has a green one because I put it in there, but they have black plastic followers. Even the early mags, black plastic followers. Hopefully this will help you from being ripped off, which seems to be the going trend nowadays with Armalite AR18s and 180s. Buyer beware. Before I get into the details on the 40 rounders, I should say that all Sterling magazines, 20s, 30s, and 40s, are steel that are Parkerized. All the original 20s that I showed you, the Armalites, are aluminum. So if you see a 20 that's steel or a 40 or a 30 that is aluminum, it's not an original magazine. And I'll get into a little more detail in a second of the difference between ones that are being misrepresented as Sterlings and ones that are real Sterlings. Earlier in the video I mentioned that I was going to bring up another aftermarket mag that has been misrepresented as an original Sterling mag. This is a Sterling 40, and this is a USA mag. One of the things you'll see is a lot of people will buy this. It's cut for the AR180. It's even cut out without the bump for the AR-15 on this side. And it has the circle cuts. They'll represent this without a floor plate as a factory Sterling mag, and it is not. These both are loaded for a endurance test. But I want to show you the differences so you don't get ripped off. First, the USA mag has 2 holes. Sterling has 1. Second, and I'll try to zoom in here, the holes are of different sizes. This one's almost in this dead center between here and here. This one is bigger and is much closer to the top. This is blued. This is a Park. Visible welds on the back. Visible welds on the front. Although the welds are visible, they're covered up for the most part by the parking. There's really nothing wrong with this mag as long as you're buying it knowing that it's a 1980s production USA brand mag and you're not paying the money for this mag that this mag brings. All I can tell you is buyer beware. I hope you learned something, and I'll just keep plugging away at the channel.